So I'm going to stick to the topic very, very clearly. So I won't take much time. I'll just highlight what I think are three issues which I see when it comes to this whole CSR Act or this one particular section, right? So the first one is I'm fundamentally uneasy when somebody has to be told what the social good is. So, but then assuming that we can all arrive at some sort of consensus-based idea, then only then can we go ahead. I'm just assuming that we all agree on the points which are there in this act right now, but I, personally speaking, I'm not entirely comfortable with it. But that's for another session or a later question maybe, right? So then the second question I have is, okay, now that we know what companies are supposed to do, do these companies even know how to do all these things, right? So in my opinion, which is why I'm very skeptical about how they will even, impact what's required, what's asked of them, whether they'll be able to do that. So firstly, people aren't staffing their CSR or their foundation or whatever those departments well at all. So normally in most companies, this function is with, say, the corporate communication guy or the HR guy, so on and so forth. Or if somebody else is brought in, that person doesn't want some sort of a career change, and he comes and takes that position. That's not to say, and I don't mean to insult people here who are like that. I mean, that's not to say people cannot do those roles, right? But I'm just trying to say, generally speaking, you can't expect everybody who just walks into that role to know what they even have to do. So we don't have any sort of training in what has to be done. The third one is, I'm going to little bit kind of take off from what he said about we need to have some innovation and scalability and so on. I'm fundamentally skeptical about that point as well. So largely speaking, when you're going to have this 20,000 crores flooding in, there are going to be like millions of models on education, so on and so forth. And if you just take social science research as a subject, nobody really agrees on it in any case. So my A+ is somebody else's B-, right? So then what do we take as the benchmark? And then what do we truly scale and what do we call innovation? So these are the points which I have a problem with when it comes to the CSR Act. So in that sense, at some level, I'm not okay with it at all.